Thank you. So here we are. How was your day so far?
Yeah, it's been pretty good. I went for a walk to the beach this morning and I did a little bit of work and yeah, now I came here. So it's been a nice day. Thank you.
Great. Well, it's nice to meeting you personally.
Yeah,
And well, here in the community, I'm a counselor. I offer counseling sessions to the client. I focus on person-centered therapy, which is the style that we focus on person's needs, desires, and goals, and I will be walking alongside by you towards them. And before we start, just something like formality. It's about the confidentiality matter, which involved in all these counseling sessions. So confidentiality it means like everything we talk in here between you and me, it's private, it's under confidentiality, so no one can access to it. But there are also some exceptions to that. And is, for example, when I consider that you or someone else is on risk of harm, or when children are on risk of harm, I might have to break this policy. When you might be, or your case, or you might be involved in some legal issues, I might be asked to share these records that we were taking notes along the sessions to lawyers or to the police, to whoever asking for. And yeah, I will be also taking notes along the session if that's okay for you, which is to keep your progress up to date and see how we can evolve along the sessions.
Yeah.
And there are another exception to the confidentiality is when, for example, for evaluations of my own professional skill, my supervisor can step in or can give me some support to offer you a better service. I might share this information with my supervisor, but in all these situations, ideally I will inform you first.
Okay.
That's clear enough?
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you so much.
So here is whatever I just mentioned. It's the confidentiality. I just need your signature.
Yeah.
Here. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, here we are, and now is the time for connect and see what's been happening for you and what's brought you here today.
Yeah. So I got divorced 3 years ago. I'm coming out of a relationship which it was a lot of violence from my husband, and we got a 14-year-old boy and a 6-year-old boy, Simon and Tom. And I just been struggling lately with how to put limits and boundaries to my kids. I feel like because we experience a lot of violence through my ex-partner, I have been very soft, and I feel that they are starting to respond in ways that I can't really manage or control. And yeah, I'm just really struggling to put limits. And I don't want to be aggressive or violent because I don't want to bring that back to the family, but also I'm noticing that sometimes they take control and I'm not able to soften up the situation.
Wow. Okay, I can hear there's a lot of things going on. 3 years of divorce. The divorce from your ex-partner is the father of your kids?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
So it's been like a new journey since 3 years ago for you. So it's kind of parenting by yourself or in your own way, while they have also the father that is parenting in his own way as well.
Yeah.
So that might be a new uh, wisdom and lesson to for you to acquire so you can, you know, you was mentioning about boundaries. It's maybe something new that's coming up for you in these 3 years that you might didn't need. That's right.
Yeah, 100%.
And how was the let's say the raising the kids when you was in your relationship was much different than now, or you find like your kids change after the divorce?
It was okay because the kids were little as well, and I feel like I had a little bit more support from his family. His mother was helping me quite a lot. It was challenging when we were experiencing the violence coming from him, or he was arriving back from work very tired and he will drink and then he will get angry or upset about something and he would start to scream. So that was a little bit challenging at times. But once I got divorced and I was able to create my own home space with the kids, it felt a little bit better in the way that we were not experiencing the violence anymore. But the kids are starting to grow and they're starting to have more personality, so sometimes I found it very challenging to be confronting with them, or they are confronting with me.
Okay, so I heard that you was having a little bit more support from his family, but also at the same time you was finding challenging, of course, staying in violent environments. Not only affect the relationship, the romantic relationship that you both having, but also the personality of your kids. And you say Tom and Simon, right?
Yes.
So it's quite clear that your intention is to see how you can evolve in your motherhood and be able to step into more with more tools or more ways of education and raising your kids with boundaries and things like that. And it's quite like motivational to see you in this step that you took the decisions to come and find support as you was having probably from your ex-partner family and your husband family. Now it's interesting and it's good that you're taking advice, or you're taking help from others as counseling. Are you receiving any other services?
No, not at the moment.
All right. And we will talk a little bit more about how are you feeling in your motherhood, but before we step into how was your childhood or how was probably your relationship with your parents, that will help also to see how we step into this role of you being a mother. I would love to share with you is it's one of the main theories of the development of the personality in humans. So go from the birth to the death. So Erik Erikson, who is the creator of this theory, he divides the life time in 8 stages. They're quite clear from ages, and also he say in each stage we, as a human, we go through different challenges or crises, and in that moment we have the possibility of successful complete this crisis challenge, or not really. Doesn't mean like it's good bad, but that will affect the personality and later on how healthy or unhealthy the personality could be. There is no right or wrong in these theories. It's just what I also would like to say is like the perspective, is a point of view that might help you to understand yourself and understand also the stage where your kids are. So I have it here. And so they have the age, as I mentioned before, there is a conflict or there is a challenge, and there is also a resolution or virtue. Virtue is like under Erickson's opinion or understanding, is like what the person can achieve from the stage when successfully complete that stage. And then there is always is a relationship kind of in the polarity we have. As you can see, is the first stage. You have mistrust and trust, which is kind of the opposite. And then you have different polarities.
Okay, yeah.
And looking at them, we have the different ages. So you are 35, right?
Yes.
All right. So 35 years old is the one that is staying the adulthood, and it involves from 18 to 14. If I have to show you all these stages, and then if you see all these virtues and all of these conflicts, apart from your age, which stage you feel like you are, living on, or you are struggling with, or you might need some support as well?
I will probably say in trust and mistrust, which is hope, and initiative, guilt, which is purpose.
Okay, great. So the interesting part of this, it's if we haven't, in his perspective, if we haven't successfully complete those stages, doesn't matter, because in any moment we can come back and kind of finish and complete that stage with more awareness, with more knowledge and experience as well. The one that you was mentioning first, the trust and mistrust, is the one that we first received from our parents. So it's come from birth to around 18 months. And we have these basic needs of food, attention, caring, love, and mainly coming from the mother and also from the father as well, but from the closest environment, siblings. And the virtue that come from it is like hoping that if you are this little person, hoping that someone is going to look after you. When these needs, they might not be looking after properly because circumstances could be anything, this stage can be incomplete, and we can develop a sense of mistrust. We don't fully trust that there's going to be someone there for us when we need it, for example.
Yeah.
That's something related with you in some moment in your life, in your childhood or now?
Yes, definitely.
In which ways?
I feel like my parents both have been very absent. I was mainly looked after by a nanny or my older brothers and sisters. So yeah, I have feel that I just haven't had that love and presence from either my mom or my dad. Yeah.
Great. Yeah, it's quite tough moment to don't have this strong presence that we need from our parents, basic needs, which is the base of our evolutionary personality, let's say. Could be interesting for along these sessions to see how we can evolve and we can step into more trust. And now knowing we're having this awareness that you might mistrust many things along your life because the situation that you had when you was a child. And maybe you can do this process once you get home and start understanding more, past events that you had this weak trust in relationship or in situations or events. And the other one you was mentioning was purpose in the initiative and guilt.
Yes.
And this one normally occurs from the age where we are between 3 and 5 years old, where, let's say, we had this trust, we had this stage complete, and then we have this kind of autonomy or will to do the things in the second stage, which is the from 18 to 3, where we can start, the kids start walking or start talking. There is kind of like this, I can do the things for my own, I can go to the toilet on my own. This is a moment where the kid doesn't need too much and want to do the things for themselves as well. And then the next stage where you're just mentioning is where the initiative and guilt could happen. And it's mainly taking the initiative to find ideas or being creative, for example. When our parents, they might think that we're not capable to do it. They might step on and try to help, let's say. And that might cause guilt into that we're not able to. So, and might reduce the initiative that the kid might have. And there is sometimes parents who want to avoid error or frustration from the kids because they are in this learning process, which is not that bad, but it's as a parent, it's good to find ways that we can step in and help, and also step out and let them make the mistakes. So that's the moment where the kid find these initiatives and then being creative and explorative and things like that. So if that stage is not completely successfully, my let's say blur the purpose, the purpose virtue of this stage. How that's resonate for you?
Yeah, I feel like I haven't that in my life when I was growing up. Yeah, definitely. Like my parents, both of them were like working all the time, and whenever they were at home, they were not fully there with me. I'm the youngest one of 6, so
wow.
Yeah, I was kind of like raised by others more than from them. Yeah.
That's a big family.
Yeah.
The youngest 6. So I guess probably had the, it's being a parent of 6 is also could be challenging.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
now that I'm a mother, and I can see how the challenges that kids can bring you when you need to be fully there for them. I can really resonate with that.
Well, this is I'm focusing on you right now because it's probably what I would love is for you to have more awareness of how this stage can affect you in your lifetime till now. And also you have the possibility to understand your kids as well in different way, different perspective, and hopefully you can find tools to find ways to express, boundaries, as you was mentioning, and discipline and things like that.
Yeah.
And another stage that chronologically you are involved, it's the stage of intimacy and isolation.
Yeah.
You are 35, you are in this stage in time, let's say, it's in your time frame. And that's involved romantic relationship, the closest friends, also intimacy with our kids or our parents. It's all our closest relationship. And the beauty of this stage is love. And the let's say if this stage is hasn't complete in the kind of successful way. Always I'm saying successful and failure, but it's not that we failure. It's just the way that it's easy to express when it's not completed. If we failure in this stage, we might feel isolation, and that might, express in not socializing, in not going out, and many other things.
Yeah. I can definitely really resonate with that. I feel like I'm struggling to receive the love from my closest friends and family, and I'm kind of like isolating and having not much intimacy with myself.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you think this table from Erickson it's helping you a little bit to understand how much personality can be, affected by different ages, by different circumstances?
Yeah, 100%. It's giving me a lot of understanding, and also looking at the ages of my kids and seeing what are they going through at the moment. It really resonates with what's happening in my life at the moment. Yeah.
So Tom is the oldest?
Tom is the youngest one.
So Tom is 6.
Yeah. So he will be in industry versus inferiority, and competence is the virtue.
Yeah.
So I can really resonate with this, because he's all the time trying to be in competition with his oldest brother, and he gets very frustrated when he doesn't win, or when he when they start to fight or something. It's very much this sense of him feeling inferior towards his oldest brother.
Right.
And Simon is 14, which will be identity versus confusion, and I can see him that he gets very, very confused when I try to say something that he needs to do or he needs to help, and he gets very frustrated, very angry, and he's just in these teenager times where he doesn't want to listen anything of what I say, and he gets very upset if I say something to him, or in the way that I say things to him, and it's been a challenging time.
Great. Well, yes, I guess there's a lot of going on for you and also for them as a family. That there is a divorce that happened 3 years ago that might affect them in their own personality. In the moment that 3 years ago Tom was 3, he was in different stage, and Simon was 11, which it was in different stage as well. So as might affect you in a positive way. Let's say you move out of this violent relationship, but also give you like this possibility of self-parenting where you can have to find new tools to be able to guide them.
Yes.
Something that you was mentioning about before, it's that because you was involved in this strong and intense and hard time, violent relationship with your husband, and you kind of don't want to replicate this in your kids. That's right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in which ways do you think you might give them a sense of boundary or discipline without having to step in to be violent?
That's the thing. I feel like when we are starting an argument, I can sense in myself that I'm feeling very frustrated and very angry of not being able to take control of what is happening. So instead of being firm and putting boundaries, I just allow them to do whatever they want to do, and that's not helping.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't want to express my rage or my anger towards them, so I just isolate and step out a little bit of the situation, and I just don't know how to manage. Yeah.
So it's coming back to how to manage emotions in the way that could be not only supportive for yourself, but could be also supportive for the education of your kids. And that could be one of the steps that we can probably start working on. As I'm feeling like the self-awareness, it will help you to be able to have more tools in the moment that you don't have this control of your own emotions. Frustration and anger is coming from when they don't really listen, or there is a moment that you find that these emotions come up easy. For example, it's on the weekends, or it's on the moments that they come back from the school, or what are the moments that you feel like they're more difficult to deal with as a mother, with each of them?
I think with both of them, it's mainly after school, which we are all really tired. I'm tired from being working, and they're tired from being at school, and we still needing to get things done in the house, like get dinner, get the lunch for the day after ready, and I just need to do so many things. So I ask them to help me, and they neglect that. So that's when usually the main time where the conflict can start to happen, like Monday to Friday in the afternoons.
Yeah. Okay. So you are tired, and then you are in this position that is not having the energy to be able to deal with. That must be tough with two boys, and also being tired. And I think all of them, they might be tired.
Yeah.
And it's a school. They like the school?
Yes, they do like it. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're happy with it. Yeah.
So they're going to the same school?
Yeah, they do.
All right.
Yeah.
And Simon is in the high school, and Tom is just starting the primary school.
Yeah.
Great. So, and there is another learning theory that many teachers and many professors, many people that work with kids consider, which is the behaviorism learning theory. And they consider that the behavior of the person is affected by the environment. And when I'm saying environment, it's kind of like not only you as a mother, but it's also how the father of the kids also educate them in their own space, in his own space. How is the school, or even if they do activities, how the teachers or the professors or the leaders in the other environments might influence in the personality. That's I mentioned that because that's one aspect that I want you to consider, that it's bigger than yourself at this moment.
Yeah.
They are socializing, so under this learning theory, they're not only learning from you as a mother, but they're also learning from others and from other environments. And by saying that, they assist to other environments apart from the school?
Simon plays soccer 2 times a week, and Tom, he is he wants to start something, but he hasn't started yet. He hasn't decided what sport he wants to do. Yeah.
Okay. And how is Simon, the energy or his mood or his temperament after soccer?
Sometimes he can come back with really high energy, very excited, and like happy and exciting from being playing and from being with his friends. But then after like half an hour or 1 hour of being at home, he really drops, and that's when he gets a little bit cranky.
All right. Well, let's come back to what it's probably what you was mentioning at the start, which is like finding the ways that you can set boundaries and discipline your kids in the way that's it's not soft. It's not that, as you're saying, I let them doing whatever they want to do, but it's not violent. If you have this, the spectrum is big, and then you have this as a polarities in the end of the spectrum. Which other qualities that you might find according with what you received when you was a kid or when you see other mothers? We know that emotional your emotional state is important. That's the part that you're saying affecting you in the moment that you have to put the discipline. So if we take this out, the emotional frustration or anger, what you would do, or what things you consider to find discipline and education and raising your kids. So you might do it, you might not teach them things, or might ask for them when you are always frustrated with anger. So which are the things that you do that works till now? Let's say when you are not in this I let them do whatever they want, I'm not violent, I'm not either frustrated or emotional overwhelmed.
I think that sometimes that helps is being present with them and acknowledging their emotions. Like when I'm centered and when I'm okay, I can be fully present with them, and I can hear what actually they're trying to express to me. Yeah.
And it seems like in this moment it's exactly what you actually also need for yourself, acknowledging your own emotions when you are in this balance.
That's right.
Acknowledging your emotions. Yeah,
that's right. And wow. Thank you for that.
Okay, so it's coming to an end, and I want just to, it's been like a lot of things from you and a lot of information, and I want to be sure that you kind of not going here loose, that you have some orientation. So what tools or what things you could use when you feeling in this overwhelming emotional state for yourself without thinking about your kids? What things you might enjoy that bring you back into the present in your body, and also bring you peace or bring you joy or bring you a sense of self with a nurturing quality?
I think something that really helps me is having at least half an hour for myself each day, where I can go for a walk to the beach, or I can do some yoga, or I can have some time for myself where I'm fully present with me as well.
That's a great way. I think everyone should having half an hour for themselves, basically.
Sometimes it's hard to find it, but
okay.
Yeah.
And how often do you have can you do it frequently, or this is something that you notice that might help you because you have done in the past? Or if I say, okay, from now on, are you able to start having this half an hour for yourself?
I think I could try. I could definitely try to commit to it. Sometimes I feel like I rushing because I woke up later, or we're running out late or something like that, but yeah, if I really commit to it, I could organize myself in a better way to have that time and space.
So that's also involve better organization.
Yes, yeah,
Better organization, so you'll be able to have this half an hour to come back into yourself, whatever it might be for you. You say yoga, beach, and also better organization. Have this time for yourself, and then it will help with organize or reduce the stress in your emotional overwhelmed state that you might have Monday to Friday mainly.
yeah, yeah.
So, great. That's a good first steps to take. And it's quite clear that you are coming back into more awareness of how your past was and how which stage your kids are. And there is under this behavior I was mentioning, there is like I'm gonna put this before we close the session, but it's just for you to take home, and then you probably, if you would like to take this, let's say this task, it's just to understand, you know, the punishment and rewards that's under this learning theory. They consider that it's helpful to teach kids or even humans, people, individuals, new things. Teachers might do, for example, if the kids participate in class, they might not leave homework. Or examples could be if Tom or Simon clean the bedroom before 10, they can have the set. So this will be like a positive, like you can give something and then you can give something according to the behavior that you are waiting for them, from them. Or the opposite, you can take something. For example, it's no video games if it's not the homework done. So I don't know if you heard about that, but it's kind of like you know, you can find time to times. You can do this, something that you can do on Wednesday, or you can do Fridays. There are many concepts around this conditioning in the behavior. But I'm saying that it's just putting emphasis in bringing you until this next session, how you deal with that, with this punishment or rewards with your kids. How just to self-exploration, and maybe next session we can see how that go for you. I don't want to give you too much information because we are just from one stage at now, but could be nice if you can pay attention into these practices with the relationship that you have with your kids, and see how they respond and how firm you are with the boundaries, or with these rewards, this punishment. Or punishment doesn't mean like, you know, violent reaction to them. It's just my, you know, not giving them chocolate or whatever they enjoy most.
Right.
So, and then I feel like we can probably start for weekly sessions. So we can progress quite quick. And that will help you, you know, more awareness quickly to what's happening as a mother and in relationship with your kids. And then maybe for 3 weeks and see how it goes after.
Sounds really good. Amazing. Thank you so much for that.
And well, we've been talking many things, but it's interesting that we can explore it within yourself, your trust, your purpose, and your love, and how your kids are in these stages in their own journey, and step into your emotional awareness, and how better organization could also help with give yourself the time to nourish yourself, to have a full cup, and then from full cup be able to offer more attention and more presence to your kids, which you just mentioned like the word needed. Well, thank you, Christine. There is something that you're gonna do today to fill out your cup that you think like we've been talking so many things. So something that might help you grounded and come back. Is something that you might think that will help?
I think I would probably go for a nice walk in nature and try to integrate what all we just talked.
Great.
Yeah. Thank you so much for your help and your support.
Thank
I really
you.
appreciate it.
Nice to meet you, and see you next week.
See you next week. Thank you.